Hi, stream. How are you today? Wow,
Hey, Cappy.
I'm live.
Welcome, welcome. I hope you survived the night.
Maybe I didn't.
Damn. Shame, I was rooting for you, Cappy.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's your fault.
Maybe.
You jinxed me.
Damn.
Yeah. And now you're gonna feel really good. Oh boy. I'm playing Ace Attorney again.
Oh, nice.
This is the defendant lobby, alright? There's no defendant. I've been trying to reach Lana all morning. Where could she be? And where's Emma, for that matter? It almost seems as if something's been happening behind the scenes. Edgeworth? Knowing you've already figured it out. Who the owner of the 7777777 ID number is. Well, I have a pretty strong hunch. Looks like I'm not the only one who's figured it out. You know, the only reason this trial didn't reach a verdict yesterday is because there was still room for doubt regarding this ID record. If that number does belong to whom you suspect, then no doubt will remain. After all, he hasn't been officially charged with anything. True, not yet. In any event, once all doubt has been removed from that list, I can call for a ruling. 5 minutes, right? And Chief Prosecutor Scott will be found guilty. Oh my god, that scared me. Hello, Pluton. How are you
Hello,
today?
Pluton.
Capybara!
I was gonna say the coconut doggy.
Coconut doggy! Oh my god!
Oh my god. But she didn't do it. I figured you'd say as much. That's why I came here, to hear what you have to say. That almost was perfect for what Phoenix was saying. This is the first time he's ever done something like this. Lana's hiding something, and the only way we'll ever know the truth is to draw it out of her. The
Phoenix,
truth.
right? The defense attorney is going after someone as a persecutor? Prosecutor?
Yeah, we're gonna prosecute Edgeworth. We know he's been seeing someone else. Everything goes back to the SL9 incident. Don't be stupid. Today is the last day of the trial. We don't have time to reminisce about the past. That depends on you. If she's found guilty, you'll lose your only chance to find out what really happened. I'll think about it. See you in court, right? Be there or be square. If I'm ever going to find out what Chief Gant has on her, it's now. I bet you it's that she's secretly the 24 karat gold Labubu lady. And so she's ashamed because she did a racism. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. Your defense is ready, Your Honor. Oh, I forgot the judge voice. My bad. prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
Normally, this is when the prosecution puts forth its opening statement. But before that, the police chief has a proposal to make.
Chief Gant. Oh my god. He's literally the devil. He just faded in. Morning, folks. How's everyone doing? Hey, Aji, been back to the pool yet?
No, I've been drowning in enough work as it is.
Why does he keep asking about the pool? This is the second time he's asked about the pool. What is the lore? That's a good one. Don't think I can top that. If you don't mind me asking, Chief, exactly what is this proposal of yours?
Okay.
I really hate that. I hate that there's like a few seconds before he decides to answer all the time.
Dude, is there an actual wait between answers that's not there for other characters?
Yes.
Bro.
Lana, that is to say, the defendant, has asked me if she could speak directly to the court. She wants to do what? Having heard what she intends to say, I feel she should be granted her request. In the end, it should save everyone a lot of time and trouble. What's this all about, defendant? I'd just like to make one simple request and I'll be finished.
Well then, what's your request?
Your Honor, I'd like you to put an immediate end to this trial. Huh? I confess to all charges against me. On February 21st of this year, I murdered Detective Bruce Goodman in the underground parking lot in the prosecutor's office. No, Lada. Can't Phoenix say objection? Okay, I was gonna say. You can't. Your Honor, the defendant's claim does not change the defense's plea. In that case, Mr. Wright, I no longer require your services. Dang, she fired! Alana. Your Honor, I hereby forfeit my right to an attorney. The prosecution may lack direct evidence against me, but it has sufficiently proven its case through testimony and circumstantial evidence. I would like you to render your verdict now, if you please.
Well, the defendant certainly has the right to self-representation. Your request is legally valid, although this is an unprecedented situation. Indeed, it appears there's no further need to continue this trial, even if Mr. Wright may feel otherwise.
This can't be happening.
It appears the time for the verdict has arrived. This court finds the defendant...
One moment, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth, the prosecution has not yet proven the defendant guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. Any ruling at this stage will certainly be premature. Come now, Worthy. I understand this is a difficult time for you, but why don't you just be a good little boy and keep your mouth shut,
Yeah, she is playing Ace Attorney, and it will be fire. You're right.
I don't think I care for your tone, Chief Gan. What? Creating another fabrication to cover up your past mistakes. Sorry, but I'm no longer the naive little boy you would have. With this sudden confession from the defendant, it's obvious to me some kind of deal was struck behind the scenes. Some kind of deal, Not everyone operates as you do, Worthy. I thought so. Your Honor, the prosecution would like to change its first witness. Oh?
To whom?
As its first witness, the prosecution would like to call Miss Emma Sky. Mr. Edgeworth, I am exercising my right to self-representation. What does that mean? That doesn't mean he can't call a witness. What are we talking about? I don't think we need to continue. I don't care what you think, Miss Sky. The exposure of truth sometimes results in tragedy. However, no matter how tragic the truth may be, it would be an even greater tragedy to avert one's eyes from it.
Very well. The court shall grant the prosecution's request. That's okay with you, right, Chief Gang?
Breathy, you'll live to regret this, mark my words. Miss Emma Sky, please, take the stand. Looks like Edgeworth decided to take the horse by the reins. Hang on.
There we go.
So what am I
Guys,
supposed to do?
Look at this.
I'm literally fired. What am I supposed to do?
Now you are supposed to claim that you're the murderer, and
You're right.
That's how she can't be the murderer. You know?
Yeah. Your Honor, she can't be the murderer because it was me. Exactly.
I am the one who killed Chief Gant. Chief Gant being right there.
I'm the one who killed whoever she's in charge of murdering. Then I'll do it again too.
Today. Now.
I'll do it right now. Just to prove that it was me, I'll kill someone else. Audience member?
For this case, I need a participant from the audience.
You gentlemen, sir. You shall be my next victim. My name is Emma Sky. Pluton said I select toy.
No, I'm not part of the audience. I'm part of the what is it called? The stand.
Even closer. Why don't we kill the judge and then he can't say she's guilty? My occupation. I'm Nalana's little sister and I want to be a scientific investigator. 2 years ago, you encountered the serial killer Joe Dark of the Joe Dark killing. TM. Is this correct? Yes. I'm trying my hardest to forget about all that though. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to recall those events one more time.
Mr. Edgeworth, please remember this trial concerns the murder of Detective Goodman. Is an incident that was resolved 2 years ago really all that relevant?
Yes, it most certainly is.
Well, okay then.
You sure gave me pass.
Rain, do you see this insane burst right now we have?
Now, please testify about what happened to you 2 years ago. The trip to yesteryear has finally begun. It's bound to lead to the truth behind the trial. The truth!
Carry on, parents.
There is! I was waiting in my sister's office that day. A man came running in and took me hostage. Neo Marshall rescued me. I'll never forget what I saw in that instant. The man raised up his knife and stabbed Mr. Marshall in the chest. And that man was the judge.
It's a good thing you weren't harmed.
I passed out. I don't remember much.
That's understandable. However, please tell me, Mr. Edgeworth, what does this testimony have to do with Detective Goodman's murder?
That will soon become apparent, Your Honor. You've got to admire him for his courage, considering he has no evidence.
Very well, the defense may begin its cross-examination.
Why? She fired me. I was under the assumption I'd just be sitting here. Two years ago, the defendant was a detective at the police department, correct? Yes. He was second in command under the deputy chief of police, Gant. My sister, she was the best detective ever.
Yes, I remember. Deputy Chief Grant and Miss Sky used to be quite the pair.
I believe they shared the same office.
That's right.
I'd always sit at my sister's desk. And that's why he tried to have you killed. He doesn't like kids in his office. The police department and the prosecutor's office held a ceremony that day. Lana promised to take me to dinner after she finished her work.
And by her work, she meant killing the detective.
A man came in ready and took me hostage. A man? And by man, I mean woman. It was my sister. Yes, Joe Dark. He was a serial killer. Joe Dark was brought in for questioning on the day of that ceremony. They were desperate to get anything on him that would lead to an arrest.
When he saw his chance, he fled the room, right?
Upon fleeing the room, Dark proceeded to take the elevator. He must have been in a panic because the elevator was going up. Then he ran into Sky and Gant's office.
There was a lot of noise coming from outside, so I opened up the door to have a look. That's when I saw him.
What was the prosecutor doing there? That day, there were two people present during Dark's questioning. Deputy Chief Damon Gant and Prosecutor Neil Marshall. Almost forgot about Gant. Neil Marshall had just received the King of Prosecutors Award. Young and dedicated, he went straight to the questioning room after the ceremony.
I assumed that would also be why he was the first to run after Dark.
When Dark grabbed me, I thought I was as good as dead. And I died. And that's when Prosecutor Marshall came in.
I don't clearly remember what happened then, but...
Can you tell us about that?
Mr. Marshall jumped on Dark, and then the lights went out. The lights? It was just about this time of year. There was a terrible storm going on, and lightning struck nearby.
So the electricity went out.
Wait a minute. If it was pitch dark in that room, you shouldn't have been able to see anything, right?
Right. But just then lightning flashed outside. That sudden flash left an unforgettable image of the scene in my mind.
Do we have a weather report of that day?
Yeah, how do we know that there was really lightning? Is the lightning a paid actor?
I told the detective
Much
about
did
what I
they
saw.
pay?
The detective? Yes, Detective Goodman. He was in charge of the case.
Detective Bruce Goodman, the victim.
So you spoke with Detective Goodman about this 2 years ago? Yes, that's what's so scary about this trial.
And you told Detective Goodman about what you saw?
Yes, but at the time, the words just wouldn't come out. That's why I drew a picture.
A picture? Yes, I think she mentioned that before.
Oh, Mr. Wright, have you heard enough?
This picture, the witness drew. I believe it has a very important meaning. But the list of evidence I was given 2 years ago didn't contain a picture.
Witness, would you mind if we were added this statement to your testimony? Yes, Your Honor. I drew a picture of that scene once, but it seems to have been lost.
You drew a picture of the scene you witnessed, right?
Yes, I wanted to do everything I could to help with the investigation. I can still see it now, whenever I close my eyes.
That's strange. I took over the case after Prosecutor Marshall died. Yet, I never received any picture. Perhaps the witness is mistaken?
But I did draw it, I swear! I'm not just imagining it.
This picture that Emma drew. That reminds me. I guess I should check the evidence again.
Well, anyways, let's continue.
This scene was imprinted on your image of the mind. Can you please describe it to us? Let's look at this. Oh, we can't read it. Oh! Well, there's a picture on the back.
How convenient.
I know. The picture is drawn on the back of the evidence list in magic marker. I've got a very bad feeling about this. Mr. Edgeworth. This little girl put all her heart into drawing that picture. And yet you would insist on denying its existence. Do you hate art? Hey,
Maybe
I'm
that's
not
the
that
real
guy.
crime here.
All I'm saying is that the prosecutor for that case, I wasn't handed such a picture. That may well be, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Behold.
This is the evidence list for the SL9 incident.
Please turn it over, Your Honor.
Turn it over. Turn it. What's this?
Are you telling me you never turned the paper over?
No, I never turned it over till just now either. Hey, that's it. That's the picture I drew.
Indeed, two men appear to be wrestling here.
Great color.
There you go.
What's the meaning of this? What are you doing with that list? Me? Only the prosecutor in charge should have access to that list.
These lists, they're different from each other.
What?
It would appear, Mr. Edgeworth, that the evidence list you were handed 2 years ago was incomplete. These two lists fit together to form one. You can see the marks here, where they were torn apart from each other.
So you see, Mr. Edgeworth, it's quite obvious what happened. 2 years ago, only half the evidence in the case ever reached you. What?
Order! Miss Sky, why did you draw your picture on the back of such an important list?
Because that's what Detective Goodman handed me in the questioning room, Your Honor. Wait a minute. If this list was torn in half, then that means... Your Honor?
Are you alright, Mr. Ray? Your eyes are bulging from your head.
If the evidence list was torn in half,
murderer?
the judge is the murderer. Then there might be more of the drawing on the back of Mr. Edgeworth's list.
Yes, that's quite conceivable, Mr. Edgeworth.
It's possible. Let's see.
Is something wrong?
Do you even have to ask? Sorry, Your Honor. There is indeed something drawn on the back of my list. It's that thing. The blue badger.
That thing! That thing that was dancing in the evidence room.
Clearly, this act of vandalism is the work of a certain chief of detectives. I guess he was out of scrap paper.
Very well, witness. Will you please testify about the picture you drew 2 years ago?
Huh? Oh, yes, Your Honor. What's wrong with Emma? She seemed to be thinking about something when she was looking at the picture. This is the picture I drew 2 years ago. The flash of lightning was so bright, all I could see were shadows. After that, I must have fainted. This picture shows exactly what I saw in an instant. He stabbed that man with a rectangle.
To think a flash of lightning could burn such an image in your mind.
Thanks to that, though, she was able to show us exactly what she saw.
Well, I don't see any contradictions here. This clearly shows Joe Dark about to murder Prosecutor Neo Marshall. The defense may now begin his cross-examination.
Did you draw this picture right after the incident?
I think I drew it 2 or 3 days later. At first, I was in such a state of shock that I couldn't do anything.
During that time, then, the investigation team was reorganized. Detective Goodman was placed in charge, under the direction of Damon Gant and Lana Sky. 2 or 3 days later, the memory should still have been fresh in her mind.
Excuse me, witness. But can you please tell us why this picture is painted all black?
So at the time, you didn't even know it was Mr. Marshall who had come to your rescue?
No, I couldn't see him clearly. The lightning was so bright, and I was knocked to the floor.
You were knocked to the floor? Dark had
By
a
the
tight
lightning?
grip on me. But when Mr. Marshall jumped on him, I was knocked away. Okay, I pull up. Hi, Shade.
Why do you sound like you're in such distress when you say that, Cappy?
Okay, I pull up.
You hate pulling up that much?
No, I always pull up.
I was knocked away. I turned around, and that's when the lightning flashed.
Happy doesn't have a car to be pull up in. You're right, I need a car. I should get a car in place of the cup. What if I get... Oh my god. That's such an idea. It's gonna go into my memory bank. I still have the costumes that I have to finish.
The costumes?
Yeah. I have... 4? 3 or 4, I don't remember. Costumes. But I would love to have the little car. How is your Chia Pet son supposed to drive to college? You're right. He walks though. It saves him gas money. And also it's good for him to work out his brain. Also, if it rains, then he will grow. You mean you didn't see the actual murder take place?
No, I'm sorry.
The flash of lightning only drove off the darkness for a split second. Not only that, but the trauma of the situation understandably caused the witness to faint. Do you really need to torture this girl any further?
Yes.
What? I'm not the bad guy here.
Anyway, this picture shows exactly what I saw in that instant.
Yeah? That's strange. She claims that this is exactly the scene that was imprinted in her mind, and yet, there's clearly a contradiction here. What's the contradiction? Please tell me. Is it that he's holding a rectangle? Okay, let's look at our evidence. Let's look at our evidence. Wait, can I see what it looks like now? Oh, it's just like this.
I can get Ricochet now?
Is there something on the back of this? Ugh. Stabbed in the... Oh, stabbed in the back. Ah, I see. So Emma's lying because she's the murderer.
But what if I'm the murderer?
I think we're gonna have a real problem. There's too many murderers. Too many cooks in the kitchen. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this picture, the witness drew. Speaking of bear, wait, did I send you the fat bear contest?
No.
Apparently in Alaska, they have a fat bear contest. And the bears are voted on how fat they are for before, you know, they're hibernating.
Yeah.
And so the bear that won is a bear named Chunk.
W?
Over 500 pounds. 500 pounds of chunk. Too many cooks. I love the Fat Bear contest too. And I love Chunk. Actually, at work, my email profile is Hank the Tank, but I might change it to Chunk now.
Yeah.
I love Hank the Tank too. I just think fat bears are fun. I think bears are fun. Contains a blatant contradiction. What? But I still remember it just like it was yesterday.
Mr. Wright, perhaps it would be faster if you simply pointed out this contradiction for us. What part of this picture contradicts the autopsy report?
Can I just click on him? Can I just click? Take that! I think it's... Oh, okay. Was that wrong? Oh, so that's because the drawing stinks. It's what? Mr. Wright, how could you? That's insane. I guess he means I should shift the blame to others. Yes, well, as long as the defense has learned his lesson. Better take another look at that autopsy report in this picture. Mr. Wright. Yes. Welcome, J-Ben. Take a look at the knife this man is holding. If you look closely, you can see its tip is broken. Oh, that's true. The tip is broken because the tip was inside. Even the Neo Marshall was carrying it. Just finished up a full screen assembly replacement in 1.5 hours, which is a new record for me. That's good.
W?
For a phone. Oh, S24 Ultra. I have S23 Ultra. My screen is not broken, however. But Mr. Wright, look at the evidence. See the murder weapon. Its tip is broken too.
I recall, the tip of the knife was found broken off in the victim's body.
It was the conclusive piece of evidence that proved Joe Dark was the murderer. I'm afraid it's not so simple, Emma. And where, pray tell, could you possibly see a problem? It's obvious, really. The victim suffered a single stab wound to the back. If the victim was only stabbed once, then the murder weapon should not be broken.
What's the meaning of this?
Perhaps the knife was broken beforehand. Dude, the knife was in his body. Sorry, but I'm afraid that's not possible. The tip of the knife was found inside the victim's body. If it was broken beforehand, it couldn't possibly wind up there.
There we go.
Yeah, you big dum-dum.
This is
The
kind
tip
of a
of the
fire
knife
bill,
was
to be honest,
undeniably discovered within the victim's body. The only possible explanation is the witness's memory is mistaken. That's why I asked her so many times if she was sure if she remembered correctly. I believe you were annoyed at that time. But she said she remembered correctly. But there's no other way to explain this inconsistency. Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. There's another explanation. Have you forgotten already? About a little something called falsified evidence? You're treading on thin ice, right? All I'm saying is that this broken knife tip might be the piece of evidence that was forged. You can't deny the possibility. No?
Order! Are you saying the investigation really was corrupted?
Your Honor, please allow me once again to
Hasn't
go...
that been what you've been saying the entire time?
Yeah.
Like the entire time you're like, yeah, there's something fishy here, and they're like, oh no, that could be it.
I'm sponsored by Dairy Farmers of Canada? No way. I love dairy farmers. Oh my god. There's a... I hate that Trump is unintentionally funny. But there is some like tribe, I forget the name. And they were celebrating it or something, and he was just like, I love the Lumbee tribe. I'm like, this is the first time you're hearing of this, sir. I love the dairy farmers. We were talking about the cow milk yesterday.
Double post-death trigger right there.
Remember, Shade, the cow milk?
Guys, our nuke build is coming along.
The police department and the prosecutor's office were holding a ceremony that day. After receiving the King of Prosecutors Award at the ceremony, Neil Marshall questioned Joe Dark along with Damon Gant. During his questioning, Joe Dark fled the room. Prosecutor Marshall chased after him and was killed by Dark. It's my belief that somewhere in this story, there is a lie. What I want to know is, why did the prosecutor chase after him and not the police officer? You know, the person that carries a gun.
I don't know, maybe the other guy was bored.
And there were no other police officers around?
No.
You can just use the elevator and go wherever you want in the building? What do you mean it wasn't good? It's cow milk. Of course it's good. I'm not lying. The man really was holding up a broken knife. If that's true, then there's no other way around it. This could not have been the actual murder weapon. There must have been another broken knife. Please give Canadian farmers a W.
What are the chances that there being two broken knives? Never in the history of the world have there been two broken knives.
Another broken knife besides Joe Dark's. There have been one? There is another one, and I know what it is.
There we go.
If the witness is this adamant about the accuracy of what she saw, it can't just be explained away by a simple observational error.
Mr.
That's
Wright,
pretty good, guys.
In that instant, Emma really did see a broken knife. I assume then that you have some information about this other broken knife. If so, please feel free to enlighten us. The murder weapon was already broken prior to the murder. There's only one way. Take a look at this. Here's the real murder weapon. Oh wait, was it this? It's this, right?
Are they gonna take out the statue from the first game again?
No, I think it's this jar. Because it was broken and it has blood on it.
It would be so funny if every single murder weapon in the series was the same exact statue that Larry made.
And you have, yeah, and you have to choose. I mean, you have to figure it out every time. The thinker.
It's just completely unrelated every time, even if it's like before the creation of it.
It does need a hug. Actually, that's how it broke. If anything's broken here, it's you. Huh?
I'm sure this must all be very amusing to you, Mr. Wright. But may I remind you that the fate.
Oh, it's not the jar? It was broken though. Is it the award? Is it not the jar? What about the screwdriver? Yeah, okay. So it has to be this, right? Oh, hang on, the music stopped. It's quiet.
Cappy does not like the silence inside of her head.
It's never silent inside of my head.
Damn.
That's the ADHD experience. Okay, it's not that? Huh? It's not the statue? I mean, the award? Is it the screwdriver? Because the screwdriver literally hasn't come up, I don't think. Okay, no, it's not the screw. I only have one option now. Okay, I think it's what I was thinking initially. Because I was thinking the suit of armor. Because, like, you notice in this picture, it's like... it's like, so... The answer lies in the... Okay, it is this one. It wasn't the trophy. I thought it was too. But I also thought it was the suit of armor. 2 years in the past. Right here inside this picture. This picture of the award ceremony. Oh, maybe it is the statue and not the suit of armor. Maybe it is the trophy. It's the broken murder weapon. Notice the award prosecute. Okay, it is the trophy, but it's not the trophy we have. It's this trophy. Okay. That's a broken knife. As we earlier concluded, the knife in the drawing was not Joe Dark's knife. That being the case, the knife the witness saw was in all likelihood from this award. Yes, the photo. Now I can't mess up again. Neil Marshall was awarded King of Prosecutor that day. An award he was given this broken shield and knife. When he chased after Joe Dark, he pulled out this knife. Being a prosecutor, he did not carry a pistol, which is why you shouldn't have followed him. This broken knife was the only weapon he had in this dangerous situation. As if I didn't give it to you, yeah. But that can't be. Oh, and why not, Mr. Edgeworth? Because the King of Prosecutors Award knife was the murder weapon. Then the murderer and the victim would be reversed. What do you mean? I mean, this man raising a knife would have been Prosecutor Neil Marshall. Oh. Oh! But the prosecutor was the one who actually died. That's true. What's going on here? It seems Mr. Wright has been a bit too eager to jump to conclusions. Wait, I remember now. I remember everything.
Witness? Mr. Edgeworth,
What is it?
could you please show me your evidence list again, please? His list? The one that the picture scribbled on the back?
I knew it.
Guys, we're not doing too hot.
This picture. I'm the one who drew it.
What? You drew that?
That's right. The list wasn't torn in half at the time I drew this picture. All this time I've been trying so hard to forget. I must have locked this part away deep inside of me. Perhaps it would be best if we added this to the witness testimony. Could you please tell us what you were called, Sky?
First the knife mix-up, and now the blue badger. This should be interesting.
When I saw that man raise his knife, I panicked and rushed towards both of them. I think I knocked away the man with the knife. Just then, there was another flash of lightning, and that's when I saw the blue badger. He was in the room, but I'm sure I saw his shadow.
He wasn't in the room. Excuse me.
It's certainly most unusual.
Try impossible. The chief of detectives hadn't even designed him until this year. That would mean he didn't even exist 2 years.
Yes, well, the defense may now begin to cross-examine.
Stop, please. Don't pursue this any further. Lana.
What's the meaning of this? Please remain seated in the defendant's chair.
Judge, hold her in contempt of court, please. Take her to jail. We'll have to finish this with a Zoom. She can't be here. She's trying to stop me. But you can't do this. I've already confessed to the crime. Why can't you just leave it at that? Chief Prosecutor Sky. We've already come this far. So glad Phoenix told us last year, wasn't 2 years ago? It's just for those who were a little bit confused. I know I was. It's too late to turn back.
Silent! The defense will now begin its cross-examination. Bailiff, please detain the defendant.
Thank you, Judge. Yes! Hold her in contempt of court. Give her a life sentence for trying to stop me from proving her innocent. It seems you're finally getting to the core of the matter.
When I saw that man raise his knife, I panicked and rushed towards both of them.
Take that! Oh my god, that scared me.
Hold it!
When you say that man,
I assume you refer to Joe Dark? Yes, at least I think it was him.
you think?
All I could really see were shadows.
She's been given life sentence to Krispy Kreme. The power outage that immediately preceded the incident is also documented in the prosecutor's office report.
So then you...
Why would you do something so dangerous?
What else could I...
What else could I have done?
He was about to stab Mr. Marshall.
She seems convinced that Dark was the one holding the knife. But as we've just theorized, Mr. Marshall was the one holding the knife.
Well, I didn't know that at the time. When that Dark guy knocked me down, all I could think of was, I've gotta help that other person. What do you mean? It all happened so fast, and I was in shock. I don't remember everything clearly. What I did is all kind of a blur.
This guy
I don't trust any of these characters. These characters are the shadiest people ever.
was almost killed before she was a witness to a murder about to take place. With so much happening in a matter of seconds, a little disorientation is only natural.
I saw the man about to stab the other person, who I thought was Mr. Marshall. I knew I had to stop the man with the knife. What you did was very brave, young girl. So then, what happened next?
The blue badger? Are you sure about this? Of course. See? I even drew a picture of him here. But it was the chief of detectives who thought up this hideous beast. Now he's cute. And that was just this year. The blue badger didn't exist 2 years ago. This is all quite verifiable. I know it sounds strange. I was surprised too when I saw him at the police department. I had this nagging feeling that I'd seen him before somewhere. Now I finally remember. Oh brother, just when you thought that thing had caused enough commotion.
Tell us, where in the room did you see him dancing?
He wasn't in the room, but I'm sure I saw his shadow. Was allegedly dancing in the evidence room. I love that. You know what? Wait, it looks like it. It's broken on this. Or is it? Oh, there's stuff. Wait, is it? Oh, it's broken on the inside. But it looks like the ears. That's so funny. If this is wrong. Oh, it's not. Let's go.
Nice.
The mysterious blue badger was in fact this.
But that's... what exactly is that?
I believe it's some sort of jar. But Mr. Wright, that doesn't look anything like the blue badger. Indeed it doesn't. As it stands now, it's just a plain jar. However, what if we were to change our viewpoint?
Our viewpoint?
I've got to show them the correct angle to look at this. Oh God. Wait, how do I rotate? Oh, okay. Is this right? Or is it this way? It can't be that way. It has to be this way. I keep rotating it too far. Wait, it's not right? Allow me to remind the defense the case hinges on the witness drawing. Vertically a bit more? Or horizontally? Maybe it's the two on top and the tilted bit at the bottom? Like this? Not that. Raise the bottom more? Okay. Oh, I see what you're saying. I see.
I need a certain amount of sinner sacrifice to actually make my build work, guys.
This good? No? Like this? think it's like this. Oh my god. At least I'm not being penalized for this.
Okay, nice.
Raise the bottom from the back. Like this. Is like this? No. Oh my god, stream boo. To make it face the camera from the top.
Just keep rotating it. Just rotate it in your mind, you know?
Yeah.
Cappy, can you rotate the apple in your mind?
Okay. Wait. Spin it to make the two side pieces look like the side. Like this? No? Oh my god! I mean, that looks like it though. If we do that. Maybe it's really particular. Cause like this looks like it, right?
Maybe you're very particular, Cappy.
No. Ah. Should I look it up? Maybe it has to be higher. Yeah, let's try. Oh, okay. Well, this is a miracle or what?
You just figured it out right there, right then, just like that, Cappy. Makes sense. I believe it.
No one can possibly deny this jar's resemblance of the blue badger. Thank you, Shade. No, it can't be.
Order! The defense has proven its claim. The mysterious blue badger witnessed on the day of the crime was actually this.
But although we all enjoy Mr. Wright's dramatic performance, one question remains. What's your point? What do you mean? So that the badger thing was actually just a jar? That doesn't change anything. I'm afraid that's where you're wrong, Mr. Wentworth. You see, this changes everything. Indeed. Very well then, please tell us. What's different now that we know the witness saw this jar? Oh god. I don't know. Oh god. Oh god.
He makes a good point, huh?
Well, the jar is not in front of the window, I have to say. She says she saw in front of the window. The jar is actually against the wall, based on the picture. Like if we have access to it, what we do. Yeah, it's against the wall. Allow me to make these a turn. At this point of the murder, the witness saw this jar. At a very specific angle, might I add, Mr. Wright? Yes, well, knowing this, where could she have seen this jar?
Where?
The location of the jar is shown in the picture taken on the day of the crime. It's on a shelf in the office of Damon Gant. But the body was found lying near Lana Sky's desk. The witness testified so herself. Yes, and it is these two facts that reveal what exactly transpired. You see, the struggle between Dark and Marshall did not take place in Lana Sky's office. It happened on the other side of the room in Chief Gant's office. Are you implying the murderer moved the victim's body from Damon Gant's office to Lana Sky's office? Yes. Why would he do that? There's no reason. Exactly. If there wasn't a reason, he wouldn't have gone through the trouble. The only logical conclusion is that there was a reason.
Do you know what that reason was, Mr. Wright?
I finally figured it out. So that's why Lana tried to stop the trial. It's too late to quit now, though. I'm glad he figured it out. I haven't. Please recall the witness's testimony. She said she knocked away the man who was holding up the knife, and the next instant the jar was hit and flew through the air. Now tell me, what could have sent the jar flying?
There we go.
That would have to have been the impact the man made when he was knocked into the wall.
Ladies and gentlemen, if I may draw your attention to this picture once more. If the man was knocked into the direction of the shelf the jar was sitting on, what would he have hit?
Ah! The suit of armor, holding a very sharp and dangerous-looking sword.
Yes. And since the man who was knocked into the armor was carrying a broken knife, he would have had to have been Neil Marshall wielding the King of Prosecutors trophy. No, Mr. Wright, you can't be thinking. Yes, there is another possibility of what actually transpired in that room.
Another possibility?
Of course, the perpetrator would have no idea, but nevertheless. I don't know if I can go through with this.
Mr. Wright, what's the matter?
If events took place as the defense theorizes, then the outcome is obvious. In that moment, assuming the man Emma Sky knocked away was actually Prosecutor Neil Marshall. Oopsie doopsie. Emma murdered. You mean Mr. Marshall died because of me?
No!
I was just joking about her being the murderer. I had no
Hey,
idea we had a serial killer on our hands.
How
I
are you
never
doing today,
imagined-
evil duh?
I never imagined her testimony.
So it was the witness who took the victim's life and then proved so with her own testimony. This is unprecedented.
I'm doing pretty good. Trying out a new build in this game, and it's actually working pretty well.
What are you saying? I'm sorry, Miss Sky, but given the circumstances, Joe Dark murdered Prosecutor Marshall. How can you think it was Emma? How dare you try to pin the crime on her? Imagine that, coming from you. If you recall, it was you who admitted to forging evidence 2 years ago. The reason you moved Prosecutor Marshall's body was to keep everyone else from finding out about what Emma did, wasn't it? I assure you, Mr. Edgeworth, I have no idea what you're talking about. If you hope to have anyone believe your insane allegations, I'm afraid you're going to have proof. Tell me, do you have any conclusive evidence that proves my sister killed Neil Marshall? Evidence? You expect me to give you evidence? I'm willing to bet you don't.
Yes, it certainly would be difficult to prove this with evidence.
If we don't have evidence, then we'll have to rely on testimony. I'm afraid that won't work in this case. Both parties involved in the incident are dead. We certainly can't get dead people to testify. I mean, technically we have in the past. Not that long ago, Phoenix. Do you remember? This has all been a wild goose chase from the beginning. Touché, Miss Sky. Of course. That only leaves us with one possibility. You mean there's still another possibility?
What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth?
I mean, the possibility that the victim has left us a message. For better or worse, Mr. Marshall did not die instantly. He may have left behind the name of the person who took his life. In one manner or another. That's impossible. Well, Mr. Wright, this is the only possibility left to you. A message from the deceased. Does a message exist? Gotta think back to the court record. The real murderer's name that the victim may have left behind. Well, it has to exist. I'm assuming. This message from the deceased is already in our possession. Mr. Wright, will you stop at nothing to prove my sister is a murderer? No. I am here for justice. She will go to jail for life and be executed.
Because she is annoying.
Do not be mistaken, Miss Sky. Our purpose is not to accuse Emma of any crime. There's only, like, she literally didn't have to do any of this. She could have just been like, oh, my sister did it by accident because she was scared. And it wouldn't have been a problem.
It's called the whoopsie-daisy defense.
Yeah. What was she supposed to do? It was dark. The knife just entered his heart. By accident.
They just
You
slipped
understand?
in, you know?
I watched the body cam the other day. And this lady called the cops. And when they got there, she said, oh, I went into my room and my husband was bleeding, so I took his shirt off and I cleaned his wounds. Yeah, he's dead. And the cops, after, you know, looking at the wounds, they're like, she definitely stabbed him.
Yeah.
And, like, in the interrogation room, they're like, those wounds couldn't have happened from him accidentally cutting himself.
I'm just a silly girl defense.
Yeah, she's like, I don't know what you mean. He must have cut himself when he was cutting steak. To be fair, there was a murder happening. You were correct. The truth, no matter how painful it may be.
Now, Mr. Wright, please show us the evidence that conveys the message from the deceased.
Oh God, I don't know what it is.
Can we bring up Maya again? Can we return her from the dead?
I know. Is it this? The print belongs to Emma. I think I'll keep this information to myself. Oh. Not to the... Disagree. You've heard of spontaneous combustion. It was spontaneous stabbing. Show them your badge. I bet that's it. You're right. They have to know I'm a defense attorney. Numbers engraved on the back of the badge. I wish they'd put my name on it instead. Dang, you're just a number. Okay, I don't actually know. Stabbed in the back. Oh, he did stab in the back. Died from punctured heart. A knife was in the wound. Died from blood loss in under 10 minutes. Weapon found in the wound was missing tip. Okay, so he had 10 minutes. Do we know whose blood is on here? The dark red stains must be blood traces from the incident 2 years ago. Only the fragment found in Chief Gant's office has the lines remaining on it. This is the message left by the deceased. This is that blue badger from before, right? Oh, is he going to speak the killer's name? If that thing could, I'm sure it would. I think it's the vase. There's a line on it. That could mean... The line could be anything. Could be Lana. L.
What if the line is just another line?
What if the line is just saying L plus ratio? Looks like everyone's forgotten it. This is just a jar. A message
What if
was
the
left.
line can only be seen by people with ADHD?
It's true. A message was left here on the surface of this jar.
What do you mean?
If you look closely, you can see a faint trail of blood on this jar. It looks like someone wiped the blood away. Yes, but you notice, for some reason, the blood on some of the fragments was not wiped away. Yes, there is a line here. Blood. So what you're saying is that these dots were once lines. Prosecutor Marshall did not die instantly. He used the few precious moments left to him to leave behind a message. Why didn't he get medical attention? He could have not died. One that someone apparently wiped away. But blood must have seeped into the jar where the lines changed direction. Precisely so. All we need to do is connect these points. And the victim's message will become apparent. He died due to the rapture. No, the rapture is next week, Luke. Next week. They got the dates wrong.
What kind
He
of
was the
message
only one
did the
raptured,
victim
actually.
leave us? Huh?
Like he was the sole person raptured.
Yeah, he was the only one.
Well, he was the only one worthy of heaven.
The rest of us are going to hell. With the babies. Your Honor, I believe these bloodstains will reveal to us the answer. I've got to connect these dots to make it better. He bought a preview ticket to it. There's only one thing the victim would have written, given these circumstances. His murderer's name. Wait, what am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? Uh-huh. Phoenix. I don't know what I'm doing. What am I doing? Well, this is an E right here, right? Like, how do I... Oh, okay. We got it. We got it. So, here? Here. Do we have enough space? There's something behind me. It's not exactly... Oh, her name is 3 letters. It's not 2 it. It's a defense attorney's duty to prove their client's innocence. That's why all I've been thinking about is saving Lana. Too bad that Emma will go to jail for the rest of her life.
We're doing pretty well now, guys. Damn.
Emma. So this is the final message Prosecutor Marshall left behind. Why would he, well, I guess if he wanted the truth to come out, but why would he implicate the child? Of all
The
people.
child is not free of sin.
Yeah, she's definitely going to hell.
She may not have meant it, but in the end, the one who took the victim's life
Was Emma Scott. Murderer in chief. Seaworthy? Can't say I didn't warn you. Chief, yeah. Do you understand the implications of what you've done? What? What are you talking about? 2 years ago, Joe Dark was sentenced to death. He was convicted because of his final murder. I believe you were the prosecutor in the case, were you not? I mean, dude, he killed like other people. He would have got the death penalty anyways. Let's not act like he wasn't a serial
as opposed
killer.
to him killing himself.
Yeah. Let's not act like he wasn't a serial killer to begin with. Yes, Worthy. Because of you, an innocent man. He was not innocent, brother. He was a serial killer. You saying Emma killed all of them? Not only that, but you used forged evidence to ensure his conviction. But Joe Dark really was a serial murderer. That's undeniable. I'm afraid that's not important. Didn't you know? We weren't defenders of justice. We aren't defenders of justice. We're merely keepers of the law. Well, you are. You're a cop. I'm a defense attorney. I don't know if you know this. Sentencing a man to death is no light matter. Even if there wasn't any cover-up or evidence forgery, ultimately the responsibility falls on the prosecutor in charge. Despite what anyone may say, this fact cannot be denied. No, I think he was still a serial killer, and it wouldn't have mattered. How can he just stand there like it wasn't his fault? Why do you feel empathy for a serial killer? Who
Maybe
tried to
you
kill
are
a
a serial
child, by the
killer.
way?
No, that part's valid.
Killing the child.
Oh yeah.
The gavel's pounding fell on deaf ears. Unable to settle the crowd, the judge declared a recess. You got the serial killer the death penalty after proving he murdered one less person. Yeah. The only person he didn't murder was the prosecutor. Are you saying that the prosecutor's life was more than the other people's?
Yes.
Where this trial is headed, no one knows. Sorry, Edgeworth. I didn't mean to get you in trouble. Don't worry about it. This is my problem, not yours. Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Oh,
She definitely ships them. Or he?
yes I am. I'll come back later. Oh, Gumshoe. Wait, Detective Gumshoe. What is it? You've got a lot of nerve, pal. Making a detective run around all while on duty. I'm on top of... And to top it off, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals. I take it Lana's having you run errands again? Let me tell you, this is the last time, pal. Here, she asked me to give this to you if there was a break in today's trial. Evidence law. Edgeworth was talking about it just the other day. The chief prosecutor also wanted me to give you a message. A message? She said, if you're planning to take him on, you're going to need this book. Him.
Him.
I guess I'll need to give this book a thorough read. Doesn't look like that book will do you any good now, though. All that's left now is the chief prosecutor's sentence. That's where you're wrong, detective.
Huh?
Haven't you figured it out yet? Why I'm still sitting in that prosecutor's seat, despite all these allegations being thrown at me? Mr. Edgeworth, the real trial today hasn't begun yet.
What? What else is there to do?
Your credibility's been all but ruined with this forged evidence you were aware of. And the Sky found out she unwittingly caused the man's death. And now you're telling me you want to do more? You gotta be killing me, pal. You're missing the point, detective. Lana didn't murder Detective Goodman. She merely stuck a knife into his dead body. That means the real killer is still out there. What? And we're going to expose him, no matter what it takes. This case has hurt too many people. It's time to bring it to an end. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. The inquiry committee is planning to impose harsh penalties for your actions. Thank you for the news, Your Honor. Yes, well,
normally this is where the prosecution calls forth a witness, but this isn't easy to say. You see, there is some concern that you, Mr. Edgeworth, may have
struck a bargain? You think I may have manipulated the witnesses?
I didn't say that. It's just, you see, everyone has been talking and...
Very well, Your Honor. I have a solution.
Solution?
That being the case, the prosecution will allow the defense to call forth all further witnesses.
What? There's no precedent for what you're proposing.
Undeniably, this is an unusual arrangement, but a very effective one. It would prove that I haven't struck any deals with the witnesses.
Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say?
There we go. ICBM that guy.
Unbelievable. Edgeworth has found a way to continue the trial. Very well. The defense accepts the prosecution's proposal.
And it's settled. The defense may now call forth the next witness.
Mr. Wright, you do realize this is your last chance. If you call the wrong witness, this trial is good as over. Okay, but Billy the cactus is my witness. Obviously, it's gonna be this guy. Oh, I should have did Goodman. Call Detective Goodman to the stand. Oh.
I just spilled some
Damon,
crushed
yes!
Italian zesty sauce. No.
What does he have to do with
No.
anything?
You see, Judge, he's the murderer. As the defendant's partner 2 years ago, Mr. Gant has first-hand knowledge of the crime. I feel we should hear what he has to say about it. As luck would have it, he should still be in the courthouse. He would also be the least likely to have been manipulated by me in any way. Wouldn't you agree, Your Honor?
True. All right, Billy. Please escort Mr. Gant to the stand.
Witness, please state your name and occupation. What is this? Some kind of practical joke? I was just on my way to lunch. Your name and occupation, sir? Worthy. Are you sure you want to do this? Your name and occupation? I hate that. He makes me wait for him to say something. So, you want to play hardball, eh?
He's Mr. Kent.
Fine. My name is Damon Yant. I'm the acting chief of police. Now then, Chief Gant, the court requests you to hear your testimony. Oh, righto. What's with the grim face? First, let's clear up this SL9 incident. Oh, you mean the time when Lana's sister murdered that prosecutor? Personally, I think it's been made pretty clear already. There are still some things unaccounted for. Oh, like what? Like the role you played in all of this. Son, either you're very brave or very foolish. What if I'm both? You are
That sounds like a straight up Cappy line.
You are aware, of course, that a police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal. I like how he's allowed to threaten me right in front of the judge. Sure, take my testimony for example. I don't have to give it if I don't want to. That's very true. You don't have to. What? Is that true?
I'm afraid so. The chief of police has the right to refuse to testify.
Of course, such an action carries with it certain risks. Don't worry, I'm not here to hinder your trial. Just remember, if this turns out to be a big waste of time, don't say I didn't warn you.
Very well. The witnesses may begin now his testimony.
As I recall, Neil and I were questioning him that day. To make a long story short, we slipped up. That power outage didn't help either. When I went to my office, I found Lana there. Apparently she had already arranged the crime scene. As you see, I had nothing to do with the forgery. I only hid the evidence in my safe. Oops. Him? He was lying on the floor unconscious. When Emma sent Neil flying, it seems Dark bumped his head. I see. Everything seems pretty clear-cut. I guess the child is the murderer. If the police chief has the right to refuse to testify, then I'd better hit him hard and fast. As I recall, the ceremony was held at the police department that day. Yes, that's right. I guess you could say I'm a workaholic. After winning his award, Neil was all fired up too. That's probably what spooked Dark and made him run away like that. Was the defendant Lana Skye also present in the room? I don't quite remember. At the very least, she wasn't there when Dark ran for it. Oh, my music stopped. So the two of you ran immediately after him, right? That's right, but Dark made it to the elevator first, so Neil and I split up. He went upstairs and I went downstairs. I guess you could say he got lucky. What's this about a power outage? Oh, that? The elevator stopped all of a sudden and I got the shock of my life. Well, probably not as shocked as Neil was when that knife went into his heart though. That's not funny.
Interesting. That was very funny.
Could you tell us what you saw?
Bro, imagine your lawyer talking about like how funny a murder case is.
Wasn't that so funny? So quirky. It was a shocking sight. Neil and that serial killer were lying in a heap on the floor, all tangled together, like lovers.
Huh?
Dark was also lying collapsed on the floor. Yes, apparently he hit his head and was knocked out. Next to them were those two poor girls, Lana and Emma. Lana was cradling Emma in her arms. Looking back at it now, she must have already known that her sister was a murderer. Apparently, she had already arranged the crimes. How can you know that? Because of the victim's body, it had already been moved? So that means you found the body near Lana's desk. That's right. I think you said earlier it was my suit of armor that really stabbed the prosecutor? Yes. Anyway. So you're saying that forgery had already taken place by the time you arrived at your office. That's exactly what I'm saying. I can understand how Lana must have felt.
I like how half the cases are like, are you saying this completely ridiculous thing? Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. and, you know?
It's true. But moving a body and hiding evidence are inexcusable no matter what the circumstances. Is this how it really went down? Staring at the witness won't do you any good, mister, right? If you're going to stare at anything, you'd better start off staring at the court record. Worthy. Always the smooth talker. But which piece of evidence ties Gant to the forgery? Lana did admit to forging evidence, but that can't be the whole truth. Somehow I've got to link Gant to the incident. Alright, let's look. The evidence? Rule number 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. Are there only 2? The safe? The safe is from the... The safe is from the evidence room. I'm not sure. Because we're not talking about that safe. Oh, the safe that was in his office. Yeah. This was found in his safe too. But I don't know if that... I don't think it's that because that... Maybe the fragment? Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. This is his property, so I kind of am leading that way. When I went to my office with a lot of there.
Okay.
It's either this one or this one. As you can see, I had nothing to do with the forgery. Apparently, she had already been arranged. I don't like seeing him clap. You claim you had nothing to do with the forgery. But the crime happened in Lana's office. They share an office. But I'm afraid that is a claim you cannot back up. Explain yourself. Several pieces of evidence were found in your office. Take this jar, for example.
That's the blue battery you showed us.
A piece of this jar was discovered in your safe. Not only that, but the evidence list I presented earlier was actually found inside your desk.
It was found where?
You see, Chief Gant, these articles of evidence uncovered in your office are both concrete proof that you also played a part in the illegal investigation.
Chief Gant, what's the meaning of this?
Oh, Here's a defense attorney who may even rival Worthy. So you admit to it, that you were involved in the forgery. Who, me? Or do you mean you? Me? Why would I have anything to do with that? Well, you were the one who snuck into my office when you found this evidence. Prosecutors aren't the only ones capable of forging evidence, you know. Defense attorneys can do so too. Isn't that right, righto? However, Detective Gumshoe was present during the investigation. Worthy, my boy. Not even detectives are exempt from the law. Rest assured, Dick will receive his due punishment. But what? If Detective Gumshoe's salary drops any further, he'll end up paying to work. Yes, well, in light of the detectives present, please give us your testimony regarding these pieces of evidence found in your office and their relation to the forgery that took place at the crime scene. My, kids these days no longer know how to put two and two together. I love the name of Detective Gumshoe. Let's see. What was it now? A jar fragment and this list? For all I know, you could have planted them in my office. Now, sir, where would I have gotten the jar fragment from?
The jar fragment store?
You're true. So true. Anyway, you can't prove when those pieces of evidence were discovered. If they were found after Dark was convicted, then they're worthless. There's no reason I'd participate in a forgery. Rearranging the crime scene wouldn't help me out in any way.
Mr. Wright,
Yes, Your Honor?
when investigating the crime scene, you should have been more careful to observe protocol.
You do understand that I'm the chief of police, right? There will be consequences. Oh, indeed. I believe I will press charges so you won't make the same mistake again.
My apologies, Chief. But would you mind waiting until tomorrow for that? Today is, well, you know.
Right. In return, though...
I know. That place, right?
Huh? What are these guys, telepathic?
They're anime characters, of course.
For all I know, you could have planted them in my office. Yes, you do have a point. You wouldn't have the guts to do something like that. What? I'll have you know, back in the day, I once broke into a cattle ranch and hit...
Mr. Wright, what are you saying?
The cows come back up again. Anyway, you can't prove you didn't carry in the evidence, can you? If you have proof of the contrary, you're going to need it later. Later? What are you talking about? What else? I'm talking about when Rydell's prints are found. Yes, if they're found inside my safe, it would prove his investigation was illegal. I've never faced anyone as slimy as this guy. Well, I mean, we did go inside your safe, but you already had that stuff in there. Anyway, you can't prove when those pieces of evidence were discovered. What do you mean by that? This is all purely hypothetical, of course, but suppose I did place those items in my safe. Such an act wouldn't necessarily constitute forgery. If concealing evidence found at a crime scene isn't forgery, I'm not through speaking yet, Rydell. It all depends on when the evidence was discovered. If they were found after Dark was convicted, then they're worthless. There's no reason I'd participate in a forgery. Rearranging the crime scene wouldn't help me out in any way. Gant isn't the one who murdered Prosecutor Marshall. Yet I know he played a part in the forgery. That can only mean someone asked him to be an accomplice. Damon Gant, someone's accomplice? That sounds unlikely. How did he read my mind? can you look me in the eye and say that? Because I'm innocent? Remember? Who was it that murdered Neil? I'm not sure I care for the word murderer here.
But in the end, the person responsible for Mr. Marshall's unfortunate demise was Emma Sky.
Well, now do you see? Rearranging the crime scene wouldn't help me out in any way. Really, Chief Gant? At the very least, there is one very large benefit you've reaped from all this. Oh, I wasn't aware. What is this benefit? That would, of course, be the position you have, Chief of Police.
Oh,
The resolution of the SL9 incident secured your promotion to Chief. That in and of itself is sufficient motive. Ho, ho, ho. Oh, that's a good one. Huh? Do you really think that I'm incompetent? What do you mean?
Yes.
Even without that case, I was already in line to become the next chief. Oops. The resolution of SL9 merely sped up the inevitable. A little. Is that true, Edgeworth? Yes. He was going to be made chief anyway. Be careful when pointing that finger or you might wind up being the one pointed at. So that means there's only one possible motive for you to commit forgery. If you didn't do it for yourself, then you did it for someone else. Him and Lana are lovers. Don't be silly, Worthy. You know me better than that. There are only 3 people I can look out for. Me, myself, and I. There is... out in the open.
We all know that everyone in the Ace Attorney world is gay.
Udgy, would you mind if I changed my testimony a little?
by all means, please do.
I wouldn't be anyone's accomplice if there was nothing in it. Nothing in it for you? Sorry, but the only person I truly care about is yours truly. That girl, Lana's little sister, was it? If you think I felt sorry for her, you'd better think again. You're right. You don't feel sorry for anyone. Be tough on crime and tough on people. That's how I was raised. You seem to be lax enough on yourself, though. Oh. Oh, that's a good one, Worthy. Would there have been something in it for him? Given his selfishness, would he have helped someone out? True, he might not help out anyone for their sake, but if it would benefit you, you might decide to assist someone.
Mr. Wright, it appears you're positively determined to portray the chief as a nice man who likes to lend people a hand.
That's not what I mean.
Very well then, who is this person you believe Chief Gant may have helped forge evidence?
Well, I mean, the only person that forged that.
Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky, the defendant.
I believe it's quite obvious, in light of the circumstances. And the Sky fell victim to an unfortunate series of events. Who would have wanted to help her more than her own sister? And for Chief Gant, he would have also had a reason to help Lana if she asked him. The reason, of course, is self-profit.
Self-profit? What do you mean?
After the SL9 incident was resolved, Lana Sky was appointed to chief prosecutor at the prosecutor's office. The person who arranged this job change was you, Chief Gant.
But how would he profit from all of this?
He would be able to use the chief prosecutor as his puppet. Essentially, he would acquire unchecked authority over all
There you go.
investigations.
Do you mean to tell me that despite the chief's formidable appearance, he plays with puppets?
Yes.
Yes.
The audience is quiet.
Oh wait, you must mean puppet as in...
Admit it, Chief. You assisted Lana Sky in forging evidence. Your motive to appoint her as chief prosecutor so you could control her. Righto, my boy? You have quite an imagination. Let me ask you something. What? Do you have any proof of this? That I controlled Lana? For example, is Lana testifying that I've done such a thing? Lana. She's keeping quiet to protect Emma. There's no way she'd testify against Gan.
I'm afraid without any proof, this all amounts to nothing more than mere conjecture.
Unless that is also what happened in the incident.
This incident? Which one would that be?
Of course I'm talking about the murder of Detective Bruce Goodman. The chief prosecutor has been acting strange throughout his entire trial. Almost as if someone has been controlling her. Worthy, you better watch your tongue. I wouldn't want you to get hurt.
Just what do you mean?
What he means, Your Honor, is that Chief Gant is involved in the murder of Detective Goodman. Not only that, but the chief is now making Lana take the rap to cover up his involvement.
What?
Oh, I'm back.
Mr. Wright, you can't be serious.
Huh?
This is an affront to the highest ranking officer in our law enforcement agency. To accuse the chief of police of blackmail and murder, that is impossible.
That's exactly what would happen in Ace Attorney world, though.
True. Your Honor, I was merely reiterating what Mr. Edgeworth said in easier to understand language.
There we go.
It's too late, Mr. Wright. There's no turning back for us now. It looks like he's the one who decided to go through with this.
Can you prove this, Mr. Wright? A high-ranking officer of the law is involved in murder?
Good question. Regardless of his rank or title, Chief Gant is just a man. The question is he a criminal? I believe the evidence will tell.
I see. Alright then, let's see what Mr. Wright's got. And it better be good. Show us the evidence that ties Chief Gant to the murder of Detective Goodman.
Literally, police in America do it all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, ba 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 ba.
I already know. It is this, I think. Because he was at the top, he's a high ranking, and they used the word high ranking. Yeah, they do.
This is the ID card list.
Yes, the one that shows who entered the evidence room on the day of the crime.
There is one ID.
Oh my god, that scared me. The one ID on the list we couldn't determine the owner of yesterday. Sorry, but there's no way you can prove that that's my card. Then show it to us. It's your number.
Couldn't you just check a database or something for something like that?
Yeah, you could. Sure.
Like are the ID card numbers just not listed anywhere?
I don't know, honestly.
How do you know
Bro,
that?
imagine if you had like a company ID or something, but that company ID, only you knew the number and no one else did, and there was no system to check.
Exactly. A 7-digit code.
7 digits? You don't mean...
I'm afraid so, Your Honor. The code 7777777. The
same as the remaining ID card number on that list. Chief Gant, you entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. Order! Chief Gant, what do you have to say?
Nothing. The defense search of my office was in violation of the regulations. And I will demand Mr. Wright be punished to the maximum extent of the law. But right now, this court demands an explanation from you. And the use of this ID card.
Chief Gant, so you admit it? You entered the evidence room on the day of the crime?
What about it? I'm the chief of police, whether it's the evidence room or the bathroom. What's the difference? I can go anywhere I want. Well, I, for one, would hope you would not be using the bathroom in the evidence room. Tell me, when you entered the room, were you alone? I always go to the bathroom alone, as I do with the evidence room.
Nah, I always go to the bathroom with my friend, you know?
Yeah, what if you get jumped? In the evidence room. Detective Goodman wouldn't have happened to be with you that day, would he? Of course not. Why would he be? I hadn't seen him in days. Also, was he not the chief yet? No, he was the chief. Yeah, you need someone to make sure you aim correctly at the urinal. You need an assist character before you go. You hadn't seen him in days. Chief Gant, I'm afraid you've just undone yourself. On that day, you had to have met with Detective Goodman.
What do you mean? The trial's purpose is to determine Lana Sky's guilt.
No, it isn't, Your Honor. This trial's purpose is to determine the truth. If Chief Gant met the victim on the day of the crime, then we need to determine one thing. What transpired during the meeting? Yeah, they're talking about the recent one. In that case, Mr. Wright, I'm going to have to ask you for evidence. Show us the proof that the victim went to meet Chief Gant on the day of the crime. Is it this? Can only be submitted to Chief of Police. Did we get that from him? I don't remember where we got this from. But he had to have. Detective Goodman's lost his ID card on the day of the crime. Or to be more accurate, Jake Marshall stole it. So Detective Goodman filled out a lost item report. He would have had to give that report to the Chief of Police. Yet you are in possession of the report, which means you can't be sure if he filed it. He filed it. How do I know, you ask? Because he needed to enter the evidence room that day. He needed to. Yes, to transfer the evidence out.
Oh,
Detective Goodman took the form to you, Chief Gant. Then, you accompanied the detective to the evidence room. I accompanied him. There's no other way the murderer and Detective Goodman could have entered the room. Hold on. Let me guess what you're going to say next. I, the Chief of Police, murdered poor Goodman. Yes. Exactly.
but wait! The chief didn't necessarily need to accompany him to the evidence room. He could have just lent him his ID card.
Yes. Now that you mention it, I believe I might have done something of the sort. Sorry, that's not possible. According to the record, your card was only used once, Yet you showed us your ID card earlier. If you had really lent it to Detective Goodman, it would have been found on his body. Yeah, I know, the judge is helping him out. Oh, I don't like that. Never show that to me again.
Chief Yan, you didn't.
The murder was most likely a spur-of-the-moment crime, for no one in their right mind would choose the police department as a place to commit a murder. After the murder, you contacted Lana at the prosecutor's office. Why? To dispose of Detective Goodman's body, of course. You're forgetting, Mr. Wright. The victim's body was discovered in the prosecutor's office parking lot. How did he manage to move it there? I was at the police department the entire day, you know. And everyone's aware that Lana stayed at the prosecutor's office after the ceremony. Everyone except me, it seems. Still, you're the chief of police. You have an entire police force at your disposal. Oh, so you think I just offered an officer to do it? Hey, you, take this here dead body over to the prosecutor's office. I don't think so. Chief Gant, you left all the evidence we need to prove how you moved the body to the prosecutor's office. All this time, I thought it was a useless clue just taking up space. So it's the screwdriver. How could the chief have moved the body? Mr. Wright, show us the evidence. Move the victim's body. Chief Gant used this. I mean, I'm not sure how he used the screwdriver. Oh, because okay, I know how. He had Edgeworth move him. I mean, he put him in Edgeworth's car, and he had Edgeworth take the screwdriver back to the office. Because Edgeworth brought this back to his office. This is where we got it from. So he must have put the body in Edgeworth's car somehow during that time. This is how he'd moved Detective Goodman's body.
What's that? A screwdriver? What that does have to do with this case?
Mr. Edgeworth, think back to the day of the crime. What is this screwdriver doing here? It's here because... I was asked to go by Chief Gant, no less. He told me he wanted me to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here. After the ceremony ended that day, I didn't plan to return to the prosecutor's office. But you did, because Chief Gant asked you to. You mean, the body was found in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. I think it's obvious what happened. The body was moved by that car. It was the car that committed the murder.
True.
Detective Goodman's body was carried in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car.
Yes, unless, of course, you have another explanation, Chief. Why else would you have asked Mr. Edgeworth to transport evidence from a closed case? There's only one plausible explanation. To transport the body to your accomplice, Miss Lana Skye.
Order! What's going on here? Is there no room for rebuttal to the defense's outrageous accusations?
Think back to the photograph Miss Starr took at the prosecutor's office. This was not a photo of the body being stuffed in a trunk to be taken away. It was exactly the opposite. It was a photo of the body being taken from the trunk.
Chief Gant, please say something.
I believe your time's up.
My time's up.
Sorry, Righto, but I'm having lunch with the district attorney after this. We have to get going if we're to make it in time for the early bird special. But the cross-examination isn't finished yet. Remember what I told you earlier? The police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal. Weapons? Like the right to refuse to testify? I'm invoking that right now.
What? That is not a right to be casually invoked. There are certain risks to be considered.
So you're going to run away after all this? Run away? Don't make me laugh, Worthy. I stabbed the good old Goodman. That's what you're saying, right? But if you have any conclusive evidence, you would have presented it by now. Well, You think I had Lana dispose of the body? If so, then show your proof and get it over with.
I'll say it again, Mr. Wright. Damon Gant is the current chief of police. This court will not tolerate any accusations against him without concrete proof. Well, Mr. Wright?
Your Honor!
Do you have any concrete proof? Proof that Chief Gant murdered Detective Goodman and made Miss Sky dispose of his body?
This is yet. So if I say that, will I get in trouble? This is yet. Our proof is Lana. She had the... I don't think there's anything we haven't shown. Besides this. Oh. But we don't know the rest, what this means. I'm going to assume because it says yet, we might be alright. It's no use showing evidence I'm not even sure of myself. No, Your Honor. At present, I have no conclusive evidence. See, Yaji? Wait, did I get in trouble? Oh, no, okay.
This court is forced to penalize you.
Oh, no! Oh, no, I am getting in trouble. What? Here's a tip. Never gamble what you can't afford to lose, righto? It seems that Lady Luck was on my side again today. Okay, Yaji. I'll leave the rest to you. Okay, I was in.
Guys, I just realized I did the build wrong.
I warned you earlier, Mr. Wright. This is...
Oh no, I am in trouble. No!
This is an affront to a senior officer in our nation's law enforcement agency.
Okay. Lady Luck, huh? Maybe we should have a word with her.
Mr. Edgeworth, what do you mean?
There's one lady who knows the real truth behind this trial. We haven't yet had the honor of hearing her testimony. A lady who knows the truth. Another witness. In the absence of conclusive evidence, the only other method of proof is testing. But Chief Gant has invoked his right to refuse to testify. There's still someone else. One more witness who can answer all the questions raised in this trial. Someone right in this very room.
Mr. Edgeworth, who is this person?
Huh. Why are you asking me, Your Honor? Have you forgotten? The defense is the one calling witnesses today.
Mr. Wright, does such a witness exist?
She may not be willing to tell the truth, but we can't just stop now. Yes, Your Honor. The defense calls for... Oh, I almost clicked.
The defendant is Lana Sky.
She was in the underground parking lot at 5:15 p.m. on February 21st. Her task to dispose of the victim's body. In accordance with a certain someone's orders.
Mr. Edgeworth,
The prosecution has no objections, Your Honor.
I love it when we work together. Very well. The court will now take its final recess for the day. In 15 minutes, we will reconvene to hear the defendant's testimony. This court is now in
Hold on.
Huh?
Chief Gant, I thought you were going to eat. Listen, good Lana. Talking to Lana. I don't think you need me to tell you this, but if you accept Mr. Wright's claims, there will be terrible consequences. Okay, so that's not threatening a witness?
That's absolutely threatening a witness.
That's right. Your sister will be found guilty for Neil Marshall's murder. You're gonna send her to death?
This isn't good.
Of course, you could never support such outrageous claims anyways. It's something to think about. Alright then. It's like I'm about to give this child the death penalty. Judge, hold him in contempt.
Heard any further objections? The court is now in recess.
Okay, can we finish this next time? My throat is getting a little bit... It's a lot. We can come back.
Indeed.
Oh no, I don't want to take that. I've taken enough. Please. I can't take anymore. Oh.
Are you gonna go die now, Cappy?
Yeah.
Have a good rest, Cappy.
Thank you. That's so cool of you. I'm gonna raid Fern. She's playing Alien Isolation.
Okay.
Sup? I'm just here. Thanks for joining me. Let's do raid 2. Can we do raid 2? Yeah. Wait, raid 2. No, raid 2. Raid 2 is this. Raid 2 is this. This delicious nut is not a nut. Twitter. Good night, y'all.
Good night.
Don't let Damon Gant bite. Don't get arrested for murder. I need to add some sound alerts, like Gort. Do you know Gort?
No.
You will know Gort.
You will know
learn his
Gort.
name. You will revere Gort.
How ominous.
Gort is our savior. Alright.
I shall see you. Goodbye.
Good night.
Okay.